Hi, Priyanka. Yeah, we actually met running around TIFF. We were doing a
Yes.
couple of the same interviews, I think, and I know you
Yeah.
were busy doing red carpets and stuff there. So, great to see you again, and congratulations on We're Here. I've actually watched all the episodes twice because I loved it so much.
So good, right? It's a good season.
Yes.
I love that it's a mixture of like happiness and sadness, but also joy. You're crying, then you're laughing. I love that. I love like the new format too, because like the hooks at the end of each episode, you're like, I have to watch the next one. Like I can't not. Um, I'm living for it. Living.
And
And happy that I get to be a part of it and all that stuff, but just at face value, like entertainment purposes and being like a big TV nerd, I'm like, this is a good show.
yes, I think it allows us to get to know you as queens, and then also to get to know the drag kids as well as the places a bit more detail. Were you already watching We're Here before you got the call to be involved in season 4?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the drag community, We're Here is like the coveted show where they have, the costumes and the small towns and Bob the drag queen and la la la. La. So, but we're like, that's never gonna happen for any of us. Like it's already done. So when we got the call, we're freshening up the cast. Bob's going on tour with Madonna. I was like, me? And I was kind of like, I guess this does make sense. Like my mantra is to kind of entertain people and create escape and be there for my community. So let's go.
Yeah. And can I ask you what drag means to you and has meant to you in your own life?
Ooh, for me, before I started drag, it was like so cool to see drag be so accessible. I love pop concerts. I love music. I love my girls, my pop stars, and that's why I ended up becoming one. A and I found it so nice to be able to have an affordable Beyonce down the street because those ticket prices are crazy. So that was my first kind of like reason I fell in love with drag. And then I became I went so often that I was like, I feel like I'm a part of something. I feel like excited to see these drag queens. I feel like they see me, they get me. And then it became, I'm gonna start drag. My drag mom, Ecstasy Love, was like, she came to perform at my birthday party because I'd always watch her perform. So I booked her to perform at my birthday party. And then that's when she was like, you should start drag. And I was like, I can't do this. But then when I started it and I was doing it, I was like, I care so much with what I'm putting on stage. I care that my name is Priyanka because I want brown people to like know that a brown girl's coming on stage. Like this is incredible. And I felt so much fulfillment for myself being able to heal some childhood wounds of being like scared to be brown growing up, while also, creating the escape for the audience that I was once in. So it was nice to like pay it forward.
Yeah. Well, you do pay it forward, yeah, by being a wonderful drag mom, a drag parent in We're Here, and
Yeah.
Princey is one of your drag kids, and you talk about actually playing with wrestling figures when you were a kid.
Yeah,
So you actually get in the ring with Princey too. But yeah, tell me a
my
little bit about the
favorite.
experience of having Princey as your drag kid.
My dream. I love Princey so much. I love that he was a wrestler. I was shocked when he came out being totally plastic finesse in the ring was so gay and so fun and so fabulous. And I was like, in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and everyone's cheering him on. Okay, clearly I'm even more closed-minded than I thought I was. Like, there is support here. But what was crazy, they were more supportive of him in Chattanooga than they were in Nashville. And I was like, what is happening? Like, isn't Nashville a mainstream city? Like, uncovering all these little stories and all these intricacies of what it's actually like to live in Tennessee was so crazy. But also, speaking of healing childhood wounds, being able to be a wrestler for a little bit was fun, and being able to like put together a wrestling themed number for Princey's first drag show. Like it was all very healing for me. I actually got Trish Stratus to make a video for Princey to like wish him well because Trish Stratus is his favorite WWE diva, and it was really cool to like bring all the things I love and give it to somebody else who's doing it. It was cool.
And you brought in Brian too. What did it mean to you to see such a visible ally,
Ugh, so
Brian?
genuine. I think
Yeah.
it was really cool for everyone to see a mentor in sports like Brian because it comes from such a genuine place. It's not about sexuality. It's not performative. It's just like, I care about this person. I want them to be the best wrestler ever, and I'm going to be here to support them regardless of whatever sexuality they are. And then it becomes like, oh, they are gay. Oh, they are this. They are that. So I'm going to support that. Oh, and it just became like, it's how you let people just be who they want to be and just be supportive. Like, don't make people's queerness about you. It's not about you. It's about them and being supportive. So it really captures that. And for him to get up and drag and
Yeah.
do it with Princey is, I said the ultimate ally. And Brian was suffering. Brian was suffering that day, that corset and those heels. Brian was like, "Oh, baby, this was hard." And I was like, "Yup, it is." But it was amazing to see. And I'm excited for everyone to see that story. It's really cool.
Yeah, and not a very breathable outfit either. He has sort of a barbed wire look going
No. No,
on.
it was like Pam Anderson energy.
Yes, exactly. And John in Oklahoma was someone that I was particularly glad that we had the extra time to spend with them to see how your relationship builds. Because as you sort of mentioned, like when you first met John, they seemed quite full on, and then it was really great to spend that extra time, I think. And yeah, tell me a little bit about getting to know John, going to that two-spirited meeting with them.
Yeah,
Putting
it
this
was it was
together.
really it was so I learned so much. It was really, really, as queer people, we feel very um underrepresented in all our own different intricate ways, right? Oh, I'm a brown gay person, so I feel not seen because it's all majority white people, or if I'm too feminine and da da da. Like, we all have these intricacies. The one intricacy that I hadn't experienced, I only learned a little bit when I competed with Ilona Verley on Canada's Drag Race, was the indigenous community, and it was really cool to be there in these two spirit meetings with John educating me on a lot of stuff. But also, I called Alona like almost every single night, being like, "Okay, so like, what does this mean?" And should we do an homage to indigenous culture in John's performance, or do you think that's too performative? Like, what's genuine? I want everything to come across genuine, and I want it to be real. And Alona was like, like, it's okay to have an idea for a great performance. And I was like, my intention is just to put indigenous culture on a mainstream stage like HBO's We're Here. And then she's like, with that intention, take that and tell that to John, and everything else is up to John's terms. Like, do you want to wear regalia? If so, what kind do you want to wear? Or do you want to just be a gorgeous girl in a gown? If so, what color is your gown? Like, just, that's how you do it. And it's really cool to like see that story unfold because like John's such a powerful person, but to see John's exhaustion of having to be so powerful her whole life, and the fight, and that two spirit communities used to be so welcome and now they're not because of the church. Like, it's such a mind-blowing story how when you like look back in history it was accepted, but now in 2024 it's not. Huh?
I know. Yeah.
Make
Um,
that make sense.
we have to talk about Chris too. You
Chris,
were busy dragging
TikToker,
on, weren't you? So
was very busy.
yes, and there's a lovely moment on stage when you get a dad hug from Chris. But
uh,
yeah, tell me a little bit about working with him, and again maybe what you admire about what he's doing.
Chris's passion is all for his son, right? He wanted to like, he's a good story too because like, yeah, he's the dad hug dad, and yeah, he's like, I love my gay son. But when you look at what he did before he became this famous TikToker, is he sensed that something was different about his son. He sensed that his son might be gay. So instead of making it about his son and putting pressure on his son, even saying like, I don't care what you are, like be who you are, he was like, I'm just gonna show natural, organic, genuine support for the community to give my son the space. If he wants to come out, he knows that I'm okay with it. I don't want him to have that fear. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, that's the way a parent should approach it. Is that like, it's not about, if you're gay, just tell me. I don't care. Like, that's too much because maybe they're not ready to say it. Maybe they don't want to say it. Maybe they're not even gay. Maybe you're just wrong. It's a really cool story because it was like, yep, I support the queer community, and I'm gonna do it over here just so my kids and everyone around me knows that I do. And if they want to come out, they know I'm cool with it. That's a really cool story. And his number to Avril Lavigne, my Canadian pop rock princess, was important because I was like, Chris is so proud to be this like supportive ally, but I wanted to like really put a spotlight on um his work as a what's it called? As a TikToker, because like it's hard to be a TikToker. So I was like, how do I like make sure that like his hard work is also captured on stage? A dad hug performance, of course. So that's exactly what we did. He's amazing. And his TikTok is still flying off the handles. It's amazing.
What was it like sharing this experience with Jada and Sasha and Latrice, and maybe particularly in some of those places where you were, made to know that you were unwelcome?
Oh, I mean, it was always great to have each other for sure. It was always, we all had different perspectives. Like Sasha and I really like, threw ourselves into things. Jada was very like, I can't deal with that or else I might blow up, which I think is also a good perspective too. It's good to know yourself. It's good to like be like, I don't have the patience for this, so I'm gonna let y'all take this because that's what our community is about. Like I can't do it, but you will. It's like trying to get someone to fill in for a drag show. I can't make it, can you? Like that's what it's all about. Like not everyone can fight every single fight, but it's up to us to know what fights we can fight for each other. So that was really cool. And just hanging out. I hung out with Sasha more than any of them because I'm obsessed with her. So I was like, hey, wanna hang out? Um, and I learned so much about her, and she helped me with my performances. I helped her with hers, and it was like really, really nice sisterhood.
Well, Priyanka, thanks so much, and
Thank
great chatting with
you.
you.
Cheers.
Cheers.